Hi, nice to meet you. I'm very glad to meet you again. Today is October 1st. Finally, we are here. Finally, at last, October came here. Today is October 1st. Time is so fast. Time does really flies, doesn't it? What do you think about this?
Hi, David. Nice to meet you too. Yes, you're right. Time really flies, not do really flies. A more natural way to say your thought would be time really flies, doesn't it? Wow, it's already October. Time goes so fast. I can't believe it's October already. Your sentence, time does really flies, is a little bit off because flies is already the main verb, so you don't need does. Just time really flies is correct and natural. Do you want me to share a few more natural small talk sentences you can use at the start of October in your meetings or casual conversations?
GPT, listen. Few months ago, you told me, you teach me, you taught me, time does really flies. To emphasize the time passed, the past of time, the feeling of time passed. What do you think about this?
I see where the confusion comes from, David. The correct standard expression is time really flies. If you want to emphasize more strongly, you can say time really does fly. Wow, time does fly. But time does really flies is not grammatically correct because flies is already conjugated. When you use does, the main verb should stay in the base form, fly, not flies. So correct forms for emphasis are time does fly, time really does fly. Example in conversation, A, it's already October. Yeah, time really does fly. Do you want me to give you a few more natural emphasis variations you can use in real life conversation?
Okay, I got it. I got the point. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for highlighting my issues about English grammar. Yes, it's already October. Yeah, time really does fly, not flies. Time does really fly. Okay, I couldn't agree you more. Okay, without further delay, let's dive into my English speaking practice session. Today, I'd like to discuss number 13 column, cybersecurity column. You go first, I go next. In my opinion, as you can see on the screen, this is the last part of Ferrari audit agendas. Finally, we have reached, we have reached this far, and let's make the most of this time.
Perfect timing, David. We've reached the final agenda, cybersecurity, column 13. This one is becoming more and more important in the automotive industry because of connected cars and software-driven systems. Here's a set of auditor-style questions and easy supplier answers you can practice and keep in your mouth memory. Auditor-style questions. 1. How does your company manage cybersecurity risks in product development and production? 2. What standards or frameworks, e.g. ISO SAE 21434, UNE R155, do you follow for cybersecurity compliance? 3. How do you ensure that security requirements are included in design, testing, and updates? 4. How do you monitor and respond to cybersecurity threats during the product lifecycle? 5. Can you show evidence of cybersecurity risk assessments, penetration tests, or incident response plans? Easy supplier side answers. 1. Risk management. We assess and manage cybersecurity risks through risk analysis and secure development practices. 2. Standards. We follow ISO SAE 21434 and UNECE R155 guidelines for compliance with industry and customer requirements. 3. Integration. Cybersecurity requirements are built into system design, testing, and software update processes. 4. Monitoring. Threats are monitored continuously, and we have an incident response plan to react quickly. 5. Evidence. We can provide risk assessment reports, penetration test results, and compliance certificates as evidence. If you want, I can also prepare a super short keyword version for quick answers in case you're under pressure during the Ferrari audit. Would you like me to make that ultra short keyword version for cybersecurity too, like we did for MES, warranty, and traceability?
Okay, okay. I really appreciate your kind support. First of all, let me repeat your audit style questions and easy supplier side answers because this is my speaking practice session. That's why I'm here. That's why we are here. Okay, here I go. Listen, GPT. Number one. How does your company manage cybersecurity risks in product development and production? Number two. What standards or frameworks, e.g. ISO, SAE, 21434, UNECE R155, do you follow for cybersecurity compliance? Number three. How do you ensure that security requirements are included in design, testing, and updates? Number four, how do you monitor and respond to cybersecurity threats during the product life cycle? Number five, can you show evidence of cybersecurity risk assessment, penetration tests, or incident response plans? And here are easy supplier side answers. Easy supplier side answers. Number one, risk management. We assess and manage cybersecurity risks through risk analysis and secure development practices. Number two, standards. We follow ISO SAE 21434 and UNEC R155 guidelines for compliance with industry and customer requirements. Number three, integration. Cybersecurity requirements are built into system design, testing, and software update processes. Number four, monitoring. Threats are monitored continuously, and we have a incident response plan to react quickly. Number five, evidence. We can provide risk assessment reports, penetration test results, and compliance certificates as evidence.
David, you nailed it. That was a very strong practice session. You repeated the auditor style questions and the supplier answers smoothly, and you even kept the standards ISO, SAE 21434, and UNECE R155 very clear. That's exactly how you build mouth memory. Just a quick polish note. Instead of saying e.g. software side answers, it's better to say example supplier side answers or just supplier answers. And for pronunciation, UNECE is usually spoken as UNECE, letter by letter. Here's the compact, polished version you just practiced. Auditor questions. 1. 1. How does your company manage cybersecurity risks in product development and production? 2. What standards or frameworks, ISO SA 21434, UNECE R155, do you follow? 3. How do you ensure security requirements are included in design, testing, and updates? 4. How do you monitor and respond to threats during the product lifecycle? 5. Can you show evidence of risk assessments, penetration tests, or incident response plans? Supplier answers. 1. We manage risks with analysis and secure development practices. 2. We follow ISO SAE 21434 and UNE R155. 3. Security requirements are built into design, testing, and updates. 4. Threats are monitored continuously with an incident response plan in place. 5. Evidence includes risk assessment reports, penetration test results, and compliance certificates. This version is sharp and professional. Perfect to keep in your notes app. Do you want me to also prepare the super short keyword version, just 1 to 2 words per answer, for emergency situations, like when you don't have time to give the long version during the audit?
Let me take a time to read your last question. Let me take a time. GPT, listen, I don't need super short keyword version for this agenda, cybersecurity. However, I'm just wondering, I have something to tell you. I'm just wondering, what's the UNECE requirement mean? And ISO 21434. Could you please explain that industry standards for me?
Good question, David. Let's unpack it step by step in simple but professional English. 1 UNEC 5. UNE equals United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. R1155 equals a regulation about cybersecurity management systems, CSMS, for vehicles. It applies to all automakers, OEMs, and their suppliers. It requires proof that you manage cybersecurity throughout the vehicle lifecycle, design, production, updates, disposal. For example, risk analysis, secure software updates, incident response, supplier monitoring. Since 2022, it's mandatory for new vehicle type approvals in Europe, and many global OEMs adopt it. In short, UNEC R155 makes cybersecurity a legal requirement for vehicles. 2. ISO SAE 21434. This is the international standard for road vehicle cybersecurity engineering, published in 2021 by ISO International Organization for Standardization and SAE Society of Automotive Engineers. It covers the process framework for handling cybersecurity risks in automotive EE systems. Topics include threat analysis and risk assessment, TARA, secure design and coding practices, verification and validation of cybersecurity requirements, documentation, and traceability. In short, ISO SAE 21434 is the how-to guideline for implementing cybersecurity. Key difference, UNECE R155 equals law regulation, mandatory compliance for vehicle approval. ISO SAE 21434 equals standard guideline, explains how to meet those regulatory expectations. So in practice, OEMs and suppliers follow ISO SAE 21434 processes to prove compliance with UNECE R155 when audited by authorities. Simple sentence for your audit. Open quote, UNEC R155 is the regulation that requires cybersecurity management for vehicles. ISO SAE 21434 is the international standard that provides the process framework to achieve and demonstrate compliance with that regulation. Close quote. Would you like me to also prepare a super simple one-sentence version, like a memory hook, that you can use when you get nervous in front of auditors?
Okay, I got it. In my opinion, to be honest, I don't fully understand when you explain these industry requirements, like for example, UNEC R155 or ISO SAE 21434. To be honest, I don't understand. I don't fully understand what you're trying to say. It's better to read one more time after this speaking practice session. In case our customer ask about ask about this kind of industry requirements. For now, our customer, Hyundai Motors, requires that CSMS specification. CSMS is the cybersecurity management system each term for each specific term for each specific term of Hyundai Kia Motors. It's not the industry common term, and we have to meet their CSMS specifications. It's for the cybersecurity. Have you ever heard of CSMS spec?
Yes, you raise a very good point. I'm glad you asked. I'll explain CSMS and how it connects with UNEC R155 and ISO SAE 21434 in simple terms you can use in your audit or presentation. What is CSMS? CSMS equals Cybersecurity Management System. It's like a quality management system, but for cybersecurity. Its job is to manage cybersecurity risks in vehicles over their full life cycle. ian.wikipedia.org. Under UNEC R155, manufacturers must show they have a CSMS in place and working. This is part of the regulation's requirements. Cybellum, CSMS focuses less on the specific technologies and more on the organizational and process controls, how you manage risk, update software, respond to incidents, work with suppliers. Wikibequa. How CSMS, UNEC R155, and ISO SAE 21434 relate. UNEC R155 requires that vehicle manufacturers have a working CSMS and must demonstrate it for type approval. It's a regulation. Cybellum, ISO SAE 21434 provides the methodology and best practices to build parts of CSMS: risk analysis, secure design, verification, traceability. Think of it as the how to do CSMS. So in audits, your customer, Hyundai Gear Motors, may demand compliance to their CSMS specifications. They want your process and management to match their defined CSMS. You may not need to know every technical detail of coding, but you need to manage the process itself. Hashtag how you can explain it in your voice. Open quote. I understand our customer demands compliance to their CSMS specification, i.e., their cybersecurity management system. CSMS is the system for managing cybersecurity risk systematically. It's not about writing the code itself, but ensuring we have the right processes: risk assessments, supplier monitoring, incident response, secure updates, verification, and compliance checks. We align that with UNEC R155, the regulation requiring CSMS, and ISO SAE 21434, the standard for how to implement it. Close quote. If you like, I can make a very short definition version of CSMS plus R155 plus 21434. You can memorize now and use under pressure.
PPT, in my opinion, CSMS is not a common industry term. It's only for Hyundai Kia Motors. Am I right?
Good question. It's not fully black and white. CSMS is not only a Hyundai specific term, though many companies might have their own version or label, like Hyundai's CSMS specification you mentioned. Here's how it is generally used and how your Hyundai usage fits in. What I found: CSMS, Cybersecurity Management System, is a broader concept used in automotive cybersecurity regulation. A CSMS is required by UNEC R155 to show a company has an overall system to manage cybersecurity. Tuvsud.com, many resources define CSMS in the context of UNEC regulations and ISAE 21434. UL Solutions, for example, a CSMS assessment is used to audit an OEM's or supplier's cybersecurity framework. Tuvsud, in press releases, Hyundai Auto Ever mentions its CSMS Level 3 certification for its vehicle software platform. Per newswire.com, in Tuvsud's service description, they talk about Automotive Cybersecurity Management System, CSMS assessments per UNEE regulation. Tuvis UL Solutions describes how the UNEE R155 regulation requires a Certified Cybersecurity Management System, CSMS, for vehicles.
So, which is true?
CSMS is an industry-level term, not only Hyundai's. It's used globally in the context of UNEC R155 and automotive cybersecurity to describe the management system for cybersecurity. However, Some companies use their own internal CSMS specification, like Hyundai Gear Motors, more detailed requirements specific to their business or customer demands. That CSMS specification is Hyundai's internal standard, built on top of the general CSMS concept. So you are partly right. When Hyundai demands their CSMS spec, that is unique. But the idea of CSMS itself is already part of global automotive cybersecurity regulations. What you can say in audit, open quote, I understand CSMS is a global automotive cybersecurity concept required by UNIC R155. Hyundai Gear Motors has its own CSMS specification which we must meet internally. So while CSMS is not unique to Hyundai, their specification is. We align our processes to both global CSMS requirements and Hyundai's internal CSMS demands. Close quote. If you like, I can make a very short sentence version you can use right during an audit if someone asks you, CSMS, is it Hyundai only?
As you can see, this is my speaking presentation. So first of all, let me follow your suggestion in your comment, short comment suggestion. Okay, here I go. I understand CSMS is a global automotive cybersecurity concept required by UNIS R155. Hyundai Gear Motors has its own CSMS specification, which we must meet internally. So while CSMS is not unique to Hyundai Gear Motors, their specification is. We align our processes to both global CSMS requirements and Hyundai's internal CSMS demands. You know, uh, you know, like I said, I'm a quality manager. I work in development quality team, and our quality division has 5 specific team, and you know, we have a quality system team. They control and manage CSMS, and they have the job, they have the responsibility to respond Hyundai Kia Motors about CSMS. So I'm not I work in development quality team, so I'm not expert, I'm not an expert about CSMS requirements. So as you know, this is just my speaking practice session. Okay, you got the point?
Yes, David, I got the point. You repeated it very clearly. Your version already sounds professional and natural for an audit. If you want, you can add a soft disclaimer sentence at the end. This way you show honesty without looking weak. Since I work in development quality, I am not the direct CSMS process owner. Our quality system team is responsible for CSMS compliance and communication with Hyundai Gear Motors. However, I can explain our general approach and direct detailed questions to the responsible team. That way you show that you know the structure of your company, clarify your role, development quality, not CSM expert, still sound responsible and professional, not avoiding the question. Would you like me to polish your whole speech into a 2-minute version that you can use directly in front of auditors?
I'm sorry. Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, David, here it is again, slowly and clearly. Since I work in development quality, I am not the direct CSMS process owner. Our quality system team is responsible for CSMS compliance and communication with Hyundai Gear Motors. However, I can explain our general approach and direct detailed questions to the responsible team. This way, you understand the structure, clarify your role, and still sound professional. Do you want me to expand this into a 2-minute polished speech you can use directly in the audit?
Okay, I got it. No, this is my speaking presentation, so let me follow your suggestion to keep them in my mouth muscle. How many times have I told you? Repetition and consistency are most important thing. What really matters is how can I repeat? How many times I repeat your suggestion if I really want to use them in my real life situation? Okay, GPT, listen. Since I work in development quality team, I'm not the direct CSMS process owner. I'm not the direct CSMS process owner. Our system quality team is the owner of it. Our quality system team is responsible for CSMS compliance and communication with Hyundai Kia Motors. However, I can explain our general approach and direct detailed questions to the responsible team. Sometimes, in my opinion, I'm not the expert about CSMS and I'm not the responsible person. However, I think I can assign, I can assign our general approach and direct detailed questions to the responsible person.
Perfect, David. You're getting the rhythm just right. Here's a slightly smoother version you can keep repeating for your mouth muscle practice. Since I work in the development quality team, I am not the direct CSMS process owner. Our quality system team is responsible for CSMS compliance and for communication with Hyundai Kia Motors. However, I can explain our general approach and, if needed, direct detailed questions to the responsible team. This version is short, clear, and professional, easy to repeat many times until it becomes natural. Do you want me to also prepare a backup version, even shorter, like one-liner, that you can use if the auditor...
No, I don't need a shorter version. Listen, GPT, I say on time to keep them in my mouse memory. Mouse memory. Mouse memory is what really matters is mouse. How can I keep these examples, these expressions in my mouse memory to if I really want to use them in my real life situation? Let me take a time. Let me practice one more time. Since I work in development quality team, I'm not a direct CSMS process owner. Our quality system team is responsible for CSMS compliance for communication with Hyundai Kia Motors. However, I can explain our general approach and if needed, direct detailed question to the responsible team. If needed, direct detailed questions to the responsible. GPT, how can I understand? How can I see the word direct in this context? You said if needed, direct detailed questions to the responsible team. How can I translate it, the word direct in this context in Korean?
Great question, David. In your sentence, if needed, direct detailed questions to the responsible team. The word direct is used as a verb, not an adjective. It means 보내다, 전달하다, 안내하다, 위임하다, depending on the context. So in Korean, it can be translated as 질문을 책임 부서로 전달하다, 질문을 책임 부서로 안내하다, 질문을 책임 부서로 위임하다. In your CSMS example, the most natural translation would be 필요하다면 세부적인 질문은 책임 부서로 전달하겠습니다. That keeps it professional and polite in both English and Korean. Would you like me to also give you 2 to 3 alternative English?
No, 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 no. In my opinion, it's better to use assign or assign or manage or pass or convey in this context. What do you say about this? I think direct. If I use direct in this context, many Koreans are confused.
Ah, I see your point, David Hyde. You're right. Direct in English feels natural to auditors or customers, but for Koreans, it can sound confusing because we usually think of direct as 직접적인 instead of 안내하다, 전달하다. Here's how your alternatives work in this context. Assign, not natural here. Assign means give someone responsibility for work. Example, I assign tasks to my team. It doesn't fit well for questions. Manage, not natural here. Manage questions sounds strange. Pass works in informal tone. I'll pass your question to the responsible team. Simple, clear. Convey, formal business tone. I'll convey your question to the responsible team. Very polite. Direct, standard audit / professional tone. I'll direct your question to the responsible team. Sounds very natural to native speakers. So in audit or customer meetings, the best ones are direct, professional, neutral, convey, formal, polite, pass, simple, easy English. Example sentences you can use in real life. 1. If needed, I will direct your detailed question to the responsible team. 2. If needed, I will convey your detailed question to the responsible team. 3. If needed, I will pass your detailed question to the responsible team. Would you like me to give you a super short Korean note for each one so you can quickly memorize which situation fits which word?
PPT. However, if I work, if I work as a product manager, I think I can assign detailed questions to the responsible team. If I work as a project manager, PM, I can use assign in this context.
Exactly, David. You're spot on. If you're speaking as a project manager, PM, then assign works perfectly because your role includes distributing tasks and responsibilities. Here's how it changes the nuance. As PRM or QA support role, you're not giving orders, just guiding the question. Direct, convey, /k pass is better. You have authority to give tasks to teams. Assign is correct. Example, as the project manager, I will assign this detailed question to the responsible team for follow-up. 캠핑어플런스센으로서 의사 질문을 담당 팀에 할당하겠습니다. So yes, you're right. Assign equal 할당하다, 맡기다. Natural if you're in a managing, leading position. Do you want me to make a quick comparison script, PRM versus PM version, so you can practice saying both depending on your role?
Okay, you got the point. Here you go.
Perfect. David, here's a clear comparison script you can practice depending on whether you're acting as PRM QA or as PM. If you are PRM or QA support role, since I am not the process owner, I will direct detailed questions to the responsible team. If needed, I can pass this question to the team in charge. Korean nuance. 나는 프로세스 오너가 아니므로 필요한 경우 당 팀의 질문을 전달하겠습니다. Keywords direct like pass, convey, 전달하다, 안내하다. If you are PM as the project manager, I will assign this detailed question to the responsible team for follow-up. I will allocate this issue to the right team and ensure it's tracked to closure. Korean nuance, 이 세부 질문을 담당팀에 할당하고 끝까지 추적하겠습니다. Keywords assign, allocate, 할당하다, 책임을 주다. Quick tip for memory. PRM, QA, 전달한다. PM, 할당한다. Do you want me to also make a super short version, just one key phrase each, that you can put in your digital notes for quick recall?
Okay. You go next. Share me. Share your. No. My bad. I'm sorry for my poor pronunciation. I'm sorry for my mistakes. My bad. Okay, my turn again. Give your super short version with me. Share your super short version with me. I'm sorry. Share your super short version with me.
Got it, David. No worries about your pronunciation. You're doing great. Here's the super short version you can keep in your digital notes. If PRMQA role, I will pass this question to the responsible team. 전달한다. If PM role, I will assign this to the responsible team. 할당한다. Very short, very clear, easy to use in real meetings. Would you like me to also make a memory tip sentence like a rhythm or pattern?
Okay. I got the point. Thank you for highlighting that key point. Thank you for highlighting that key point. Thank you for pointing that out, key point. If PRM QA role, I will pass this question to the responsible team. If PM role, if am a PM, I will assign this to the responsible team. I promise you, I will assign this job to the responsible team.
Perfect. David, you nailed it. That's a clear distinction. PRM QA role, I will pass this question to the responsible team. PM role, I will assign this to the responsible team. You stressed it well with repetition. That will really lock it into your mouth memory. Small polish if you want it smoother in real meetings. As PRM, I will pass this question to the responsible team. As PM, I will assign this to the responsible team. Do you want me to create a mini role play where the auditor asks and you respond using both versions?
No. I don't agree with you. Let's finish this Ferrari audit agenda. GPT, from now on, let's move on to the repetition session. To be honest, I don't have a plan. What we have to do next after a Ferrari audit agendas? I don't know what we have to do, what we have to deal with in this English speaking practice session. It's past 38 minutes since I started this today's recording. What's your suggestion? Share your suggestion with me. Could you please share your suggestion with me? Could you please share your suggestion with me? What can we do next in this speaking practice session after we finish Ferrari audit agendas?
I hear you, David. You've worked so hard going through the Ferrari audit agendas step by step. That was like climbing a big mountain. Now that we reached the top, you're asking, what's next? Where do I go from here? Here are a few suggestions for your next English speaking repetition sessions. 1. Real meeting simulation. We can role play a customer meeting or internal team briefing where you practice answering on the spot. This helps you prepare for unexpected questions, not just pre-planned ones. 2. Short, powerful sentences. Focus on everyday business phrases you can use quickly. Let me clarify. That's a valid concern. We will follow up with evidence. Repetition of these will boost your fluency in real-time response. 3. Email and report English. We can practice short English emails like audit follow-ups, corrective action reports, or reminders. Speaking them aloud helps you internalize formal written tone. 4. Storytelling and small talk. Practice talking about your workday, your family, or mountain climbing hobby in English. This balances your audit English with more natural, casual communication. 5. Ferrari audit recap. Do a summary presentation in English. We completed the Ferrari audit covering 13 columns. Key lessons are: this helps you practice reviewing and concluding in English. My suggestion: for the next stage, let's mix short role plays, real meetings, daily English phrases, summary recaps. That way you train both professional audit English and natural communication English. Do you want me to design a weekly cycle for you? For example, day 1, meeting simulation; day 2, short, powerful phrases; day 3, email report practice; day 4, storytelling; day 5, audit recap. That might give you a clear roadmap after the Ferrari agendas. Would you like me to draft that routine?
In my opinion, your weekly cycle, uh, your your clear roadmap for my English practice is very wonderful. However, my speaking and listening level are not good enough to handle that kind of roadmap. GPT, let me practice simple dialogue. Let me practice simple dialogue to use them in my real life situation. You know, how many times have I told you? I don't use English in my daily life. So when I have to speak in English, I always embarrassed. It's freezing. So let me take a time. Let me practice enough to handle that situation. So give me your ideal dialogue. Could you please share your ideal dialogue with me to read them and speak them? I mean, speak out loudly many times.
Got it, David, I understand. No need to rush into a big weekly roadmap. Let's keep it simple, practical, and repeatable, like short dialogues you can actually use in real life situations. Here's one ideal dialogue you can practice out loud. It's designed for a work meeting situation, since that's where you usually need English. Dialogue 1, starting a meeting. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Good morning, David. Before we begin, let me quickly share the agenda. First, we'll review the inspection results. Second, we'll discuss open issues. Finally, we'll plan the next steps. Sounds good. Please go ahead. Great. Let's start with the inspection results. Dialogue 2, handling a question. David, can you explain why the defect rate increased last week? That's a good question. The main reason was equipment downtime. We already repaired the machine and now the process is stable. Okay, thank you. Do you have evidence? Yes, I can share the maintenance report after this meeting. Dialogue 3, closing the meeting. Before we close, let me summarize. We reviewed inspection results, discussed the defect issue, and agreed to share the maintenance report. Correct. Thank you, everyone, for your time and cooperation. These are short, clear dialogues. If you read them out loud many times, You'll build muscle memory and feel less embarrassed when you need English suddenly. David, do you want me to prepare 5 to 10 sample dialogues like this for different real life situations? Factory tour, customer call, internal meeting, small talk?
I really appreciate your kind support. Okay, here you go. Dialogue 1. Starting a meeting. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Good morning, David. Before we begin, let me quickly share the agenda. First, we will review the inspection results. Second, we will discuss open issues. Finally, we will plan the next steps. Sounds good. Please go ahead. Great. Let's start with the inspection results. Okay. Great. Okay, I got it. Let's start with the great inspection results. Dialogue 2. Handling a question. David, can you explain why the defect rate increased last week? Can you explain why the defect rate increased last week? That's a good question. That's a fair question. The main reason was equipment downtime. We already repaired the machine and now the process is stable. Customer, okay, thank you. Do you have evidence? Yes, certainly. I can share the maintenance report after this meeting. Dialogue 3. Closing the meeting. Before we close, before we finish, before we wrapping up, let me summarize. We reviewed inspection results, discussed the defect issue, and agreed to share the maintenance report. Correct. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your time and cooperation. Thank you for your cooperation. Hello. Thank you for your time and cooperation.
Excellent, David. You repeated it very clearly, and I can see you're really working on rhythm and confidence. That's exactly how you build mouth muscle memory. A few quick polishing tips for your version 1. Great. Let's start with the inspection results. That's the natural one. No need to say great inspection results unless you really mean the results were excellent. 2, that's a good question. Very natural. That's a fair question is also correct, but good question is more common in business meetings. 3, closing. Before we close, professional. Before we wrap things up, a bit more casual. Both are good. Choose depending on if it's a formal or casual meeting. Here's a slightly refined flow you can also practice. Opening. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before we begin, let me quickly share the agenda. First, we'll review the inspection results. Second, we'll discuss open issues. Finally, we'll plan the next steps. Handling a question. That's a good question. The main reason was equipment downtime. We already repaired the machine and now the process is stable. Yes, I can share the maintenance report after this meeting. Closing. Before we close, let me summarize. We reviewed inspection results, discussed the defect issue, and agreed to share the maintenance report. Thank you everyone for your time and cooperation. David, do you want me to create one more dialogue for you, like a factory tour or a small talk with customer, so you can add variety to your daily practice?
I'm sorry. Could you please speak a little bit more slowly?
course, David, I will slow it down for you. Here's the same refined dialogue, step by step, slow pace. Opening, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before we begin, let me quickly share the agenda. First, we will review the inspection results. Second, we will discuss open issues. Finally, we will plan the next steps. Handling a question. That's a good question. The main reason was equipment downtime. We already repaired the machine, and now the process is stable. Yes, I can share the maintenance report after this meeting. Closing. Before we close, let me summarize. We reviewed inspection results. We discussed the defect issue, and we agreed to share the maintenance report. Thank you, everyone, for your time and cooperation. This is a slow, natural rhythm you can follow. David, do you want me to break it down even further, like one short sentence per line so you can shadow each line easily?
I really appreciate you highlight the main point, but I don't have time. I have to go. It's time to wrapping up. See you next time. Have a great Wednesday. Today, maybe our team will have company dinner. It's very interesting to me, you know, what will what will we have in the company dinner time? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have any information about this. I'm just wondering what we will have in the company dinner today.
Got it. David, sounds like you've got a busy Wednesday ahead. For your last part, here are a few natural ways you could say it in English. We have a company dinner tonight, but I don't know what we'll be eating. Our team has a company dinner later. I'm curious about what's on the menu. I'm not sure what we'll have at the company dinner, but I'm looking forward to it. All three sound casual and natural, good for real-life conversation. Do you want me to also give you a super short keyword version so you can keep it in your mouse memory for quick use?
Okay, I got the point. We have a company dinner tonight, but I don't know what we will be eating. What we'll be eating. Our team has a company dinner later. I'm curious about what's on the menu. I'm just wondering what's on the menu. I'm not sure what we'll have at the company dinner, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really not sure.
Perfect, David. You repeated those very clearly, and each version sounds natural. Here's a super short keyword reminder you can save in your notes for quick review. Company dinner, not sure menu, looking forward. That captures the whole idea in just 3 parts. 1, company dinner, the event. 2, not sure menu, uncertainty. 3, looking forward, positive feeling. Do you want me to create a mini dialogue using these phrases so you can practice?
I really appreciate your kind support. However, I have to go. Have a great one. Bye for now.